Welcome to the Soapbox Sessions. Imagine this, an open and free internet where voices are never silenced, where causes aren't shadow banned, and where no one can be deplatformed. It's real, it's here, and it's happening on Nostr. So what exactly is Nostr? It's a worldwide community of everyday people working to decentralize the internet. On Nostr, you can build websites, communities, social networks, apps, and more. One login works everywhere, you own it, and no one can take it away. No more juggling dozens of platforms, chasing audiences, or managing a giant password list. And the cherry on top? Nostr allows for built-in digital payments that can come from anywhere in the world. On Nostr, value flows as freely as ideas. We're hooked on decentralizing the web, and we think you will be too. So now, let's hear from your hosts, Derek Ross and Heather Larson, who are working to grow Nostr one vibe at a time.
Welcome back to Soapbox Sessions. Today is December 17th, 2025, and we're here with your weekly dose of all things decentralized social and AI. Soapbox Sessions is our soapbox about what's new, what's cool, and what's coming. We want to make it easy to understand and keep up with everything happening in the decentralized world of social communication and AI as we work to rebuild the internet.
What's up, Derek? I see you in that Nostrville 3.0 shirt there from Nashville.
Yeah, I got this. Two months ago?
Several weeks ago.
A month
Not
and
that
a half
long ago.
Man, when was it? It was
Time has flown by.
the first week of November, right? It was the end of October.
End of October, yeah.
End of October. Yeah.
Last week of October, and now we're here. You had a lot of travel between now and then, and I did not. So to me, that was like the last trip of 2025.
It was like 6 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah.
Damn, time flies.
Time flies when you're creating notes and sending zaps.
There you go. That's what we do every day.
We do. It's
been a good year.
It's been a great year, a long year, 365 days, I believe. That's a lot.
We're almost there.
Yeah, that's a lot of notes, and that's a lot of zaps. A lot of Nostr events.
Well, now that we know that you had 70,000 notes in your lifetime on Nostr, he's a bit of a Nostr power user. He's said a lot of things on Nostr.
I've said one or two things. Yeah.
That's just one place where people can find you.
I just celebrated my third year, my third anniversary on Nostr. It's been 3 years since I created my current NSEC and have been actively GMing and PVing for the past 3 years.
Well, congrats. Any reflection on three years of being on Nostr and being the unofficial Nostr CEO, as we call you?
Yeah, I'm that meme. Well, besides being a living and walking meme, yeah, I do have.
You can't help it.
I do have some thoughts, and I wrote about it, so I'm not gonna read all of those. Check out my Nostr article about my 3-year anniversary.
What's the Cliff Notes?
The Cliff Notes are, man, I've built a lot, from apps to services to running relays to bots to vibe coding a dozen apps or more that people actually use, a bunch of microservices, a bunch of micro apps that people use from time to time. I've built a lot. It's just crazy writing it all down. But it's going to get even better, right? Like the past 6 months, I've been working at Soapbox doing developer relations. And the big news, the big spoiler at the end of my 3-year anniversary article was announcing that I'm leaving the fiat mines. I'm leaving my job that I've had for 16 years.
I like how you snuck it in there at the end. Like it was totally the lead story, and he buried the lead so that you would only know if you read the way to the bottom. Yeah. So congrats, man! You're leaving the fiat mines. You're coming on.
So I've been a systems administrator, running enterprise solutions for the past 16 years, and I'm leaving to go full-time working on Nostr, working for Soapbox, working for all of you, all of your listeners.
You're going to be new year, new me.
New year, new me, exactly. Well, new year, new job title, same NPub. We're not getting totally new here.
It's an upgrade for Nostr. It's an upgrade for Soapbox because we get full blast Derek. We've only had like part-time Derek for the last, is it 6 months now? Yeah, I think you and I essentially started the same day.
So like I think I started like maybe like 2 days before him, but it was right around the same time. Like exactly, like 6 months. It's a little scary because going into uncharted territory. However, I'm really, really excited because there comes a point where I need to practice where I preach, and I need to actively build the world that I want to live in. And I've been doing my best from the sidelines, for part-time, for the past 2.5, 3 years.
It's been a 3-year side gig, really, to build Nostr on the side and go to all the conferences and be kind of the unofficial,
it's been a lot.
Working
3 jobs is a lot. It's been a little stressful from time to time. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I'm happy to get rid of one of those factors that contributes to stress. So I'm gonna go full bore on Nostr, full bore on Nostr. And I'm really excited. Like,
dude,
you've only had Derek part-time for the past 3 years.
I'm ready. I'm ready for
imagine what full-time Derek is gonna be. Full torque. We're not fucking around anymore. So
it's a journey. Excited. I started, I think, about a little more than a year ago working in the Bitcoin mines, and I was still in the fiat mines, and then over summer I had a couple months where I was back at my old radio station, and so that was a 3 job at once moment. And it lasted for about 2 months, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I could have been through a 3-year. Yeah, it's a lot because there's a context switch where you go from like fiat life to Bitcoin life, or there's a record scratch there. Like for me, it was working at Soapbox during the day, and then going back to radio broadcasting for the afternoon evening was so different. Like during the day we're rebuilding the internet, we're working with AI, we're automating, and we're doing the most advanced things you could do. And then I would go back in time to the job, and it's been the same job for the last few decades. Radio has not changed. It has not adopted new technology beyond just automating the radio station, and so it was really hard.
You hit on a perfect point, is that this is all new and exciting and changing. We don't really know what the future holds. And that's part of the enticement, I think, that draws creatives like yourself and myself, because we want to build, we want to contribute, we want to be part of this revolution, and to be able to do that. Yes. Yeah. So I'm completely stoked, tiny little bit scared, but super stoked and super excited and very blessed. Like I'm extremely blessed. I'm very blessed by this, and thank you, to the powers that be that made all this happen. And actually, not just the powers that be, thank you to the entire Nostr community. I really wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for all of your support over the past 3 years. Like, you lifted me up and gave me this opportunity. So, thank you to everybody that has ever commented, zapped, created a meme of Derek. Like, you're all building in your own way.
Yeah, taking part on Nostr, coming to the events that we've held and things like that. And we're here because people are innovating. And this is a time when we're watching the economy change. We're watching AI change the economy. We're part of this in some way. And there was a time when people innovated, and that created jobs. And so we're in a place where we have jobs because some individuals have innovated. And so there's funding for us to do what we do. And that's because some brave souls, our boss always says, be brave, be courageous. And, some brave souls decided, what, I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to find my place in the world. And that always works. That leap of faith thing, that always works in my experience. So I think you're going to be just fine. of course, Derek and I are going to work our asses off. Continue.
Yeah.
We can full-time work our asses off for Nostr.
I don't know about you, Heather, but I don't like to fail. So I'm
Nah.
not going to fail. I'm going to work my ass off to help build and facilitate this decentralized social future that I want to be part of. And I couldn't imagine a better team than Soapbox to do this with, because we're literally building for the future. We're building
Yeah.
tools so people can build their own future for themselves and for their community.
That's the thing. It's bigger than us. It is, we're
Yeah.
open source. We're doing this, from where we sit. We need to fix things. We need to fix the internet. We need it to be open source. We need to free people. Like, for example, I don't want you to have to run a business with an endless tech stack that, more and more charges every month for all these subscriptions that you need to run your business. Like, let's get you out of that. Like, that's one use case where we kind of free people in that way too. There's a lot for us to do in 2026,
Well,
Derek. The to-do list is
wild
long, bro.
that there's people, we know that there's a lot of problems with large tech corporations. I think that even large tech corporations know what their hold on society is, to at least on some
They know they're
level.
part of the problem, yeah.
Yet we keep making the same mistakes. We're having various AI companies that are literally building the future, yet they're building these closed systems where you can't leave. So whether in the past it was social data that was locked up by these large tech companies, it was hard to leave with your social data. They owned it. Now it is our applications, our content, our products, our services that we're building with their AI that they're keeping locked up. And it's hard for us to take those with us and leave their ecosystem. So it's the same problem, from social data to content to AI data, AI created data.
Yeah.
Like it's vendor lock-in all over again.
It's also the consolidation. Like, I saw a story come out today that Coursera and Udemy are going to merge, and I can't think of anything. As somebody who loves online learning, I can't think of anything more horrible, because I hate Coursera and I love Udemy, and I know
didn't
this
know
is just
that.
going to ruin both of them. Oh, it just happened today. But it's stuff like that where it's like you're going to have fewer and fewer options as the bigger company swallows the little company and ruins the thing that you love, and then you're like, what do I do now? Where else can I go? Whether you love building courses or learning,
Yeah, that's not a good time.
you're gonna have fewer options, and so you may as well make your own way. And that's kind of what we're supplying with our Soapbox technology, is ways for you to build your own platform, keep yourself free, get out of the vendor lock-in, and also innovate. You could use our technology to make your next, innovation, next company, next software, whatever. That's an exciting thing too.
Also, we don't, we can't ban you. The neat thing is, if we all decided to leave and stop Shakespeare running, all the code is all available. It runs locally on your device and it communicates with whatever AI model you want. So we could go away. The Shakespeare website could go away and it would continue to all work. You could continue
They could outlive us.
to use it. Yeah.
Somebody might want to just hop into there and maintain it, but it should go on forever.
Exactly. Like, we're gonna maintain it, but if, the shit hit the fan, it would still be around. Where if you're using, Replit or Lovable or Base 44, any of these other guys, you're using their products, their platform. You're locked in. If they go away, everything you created goes away too. And that goes for if they ban you too. They can actually ban you. You could be developing an app.
Yeah.
You could be developing an app and then you do some wrong think and they ban you.
Yeah, I saw this the other day where, I saw people get banned off of Replit, and I saw someone get banned off of Substack, and it's like, they didn't know why they got banned. There was no reason given.
It doesn't matter.
You're
it's
just
the
banned.
fact that somebody can do it.
And there's no recourse. Like, if you try to appeal, they're like, no, you broke the rules. Bye. Which rule? Bye. We're not going to tell you. We don't owe you an explanation.
So if you build something on, we'll say Replit, since we know somebody recently that got banned from Replit, does he get his application? Can he take his data with him when they ban you? Can he export it, or is it gone?
You know what? I looked this up and I don't remember now. Like
that's a question. I would like to know that. So if I build something on one of these, platforms, and I didn't pay to use GitHub to sync my code externally, because some of them charge you to do that, which is wild.
They charge you to use GitHub. Some of them. I mean, it's like
if I didn't do that and I don't have my code, and then I piss you off and you ban me, where's my code? Do I get my code?
All right, so here's the answer to your question, because it's one of my 80 tabs I have open. Can I republish my Replit app after it's been unpublished? You can do that, but when you're banned from Replit, you can't create posts in the community. You can't do anything in the community anymore. And then if you're banned from Replit, it means you cannot log into your account, and all the Replit app will have been deleted. So they delete all your info if they ban you. So
if I created something that got me banned and I didn't download it or something like that,
it's gone.
My app's gone.
Yeah, but if you downloaded it, I guess you can republish it. Obviously, you downloaded it. It's yours. But you own it. But
the average person doesn't. They don't back stuff up. It's just a. They think it's always going to be there.
You're going to get that email that says you've been banned and you can't log into your account to download your code.
Well, that's a shame.
Don't put yourself in that position. Mind your P's and Q's on big tech platforms, or, use an open source one like Shakespeare. Use open source and stay open source.
And you can even run, like, if you're more of a technical person and you have a big old powerful computer with a big honking GPU, you can run your own AI models, and you can use your own AI model with Shakespeare if you wanted to. And that's really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Having your own the only person that can ban you at that point is yourself. If you piss yourself off, you can rug yourself. You can ban yourself. You can delete your repositories, but nobody else can do that. Only you.
Hopefully all of your personalities are integrated and you don't ban one of them.
Yeah. If you have multiple personalities, don't
they call it dissociative
don't piss
disorder
one of them
now.
off, because they might have access to your keys.
Stranger things have happened.
That'll be the next problem we got to solve. We'll have to get real technical and use like Froster keys or something.
Oh my goodness, I definitely don't understand that.
I don't understand it either. It's like
that's like way in the technical weeds of Nostr.
Yeah. If only there was another source of Nostr information that dove into the tech and could talk about Froster and how Froster works and what Froster is.
If only. I think we might have some friends who might be doing that.
Breaking news. A new friends of the show, friends of Derek and friends of Heather, they launched
literal friends.
Yeah. They launched a new newsletter and podcast called Nostr Compass, where they are very technical. They will talk about the tech to their blue in the face, or purple in the face, I guess it would be. They are very, very technical.
We are. Yeah.
So we get a little technical and then we dumb it down for you. They're
gonna go hard,
getting a little technical, and then they're dumbing it up.
I'm just glad that they didn't call it Compass-ster. Okay, they're calling it Nostr Compass, and
so if you like some Nostr technical information, if you want to learn, a little about cryptography, and you want to learn about the protocol, you want to dive into the NIPS and talk very technical conversations.
If we're not technical enough for you,
Nostr Compass is there for you. Think of it as what the OP Tech newsletter podcast is for Bitcoin, but the same thing, but for Nostr.
That's cool. It's about time we have something. We need more Nostr podcasts. We need more music podcasts that play independent music in the Valueverse. We just need a lot more people to be putting their voices out there. That's all.
Put your thoughts out there.
Put it out there.
Put your ideas out there. And talk about it.
Yeah. Share it with the world.
Podcast and newsletter go up. That's how we win more content.
Yes, I love it. It's more fun. The more the merrier. Meet more people.
So, on that regard of more the merrier, Heather.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
vibe
sir.
coded some interesting apps this
You
past
vibe
week
coded a lot.
well, I did. I'm always vibe coding, but things that were very new to some things I don't normally build. When I vibe
That's
code
true.
things, I'm generally doing it as an app or a service, some microservice
for
that I want to
Nostr.
do
Yeah.
that is for the Nostr.
But you've had a departure. You've done something even that surprised me, pleasantly
Yeah.
surprised me.
So I built 2 different applications that were targeted at small business owners, small to medium sized business owners. Think of your local restaurants, venues, retail stores, things like that. And I built an application or a website for a local venue that my friend actually owns called Marara's, a wedding venue. And then I built another one for a local restaurant, a barbecue place called Bonfire Barbecue. The- I I think that I built these as a very non-technical person would. I didn't do anything exciting, at least from my point of view.
Exciting to
All I d
Derek, meaning making a
Yeah.
Nostr app with
All
nips
well,
and
I
text.
said these people have maybe Wix websites or some site builder website that it's functional and it works. Could it be better? Could it look better? Yes. But for somebody that built it themselves by dragging and dropping a couple widgets around, it's functional enough. But could we do better, right? Could we do better?
Oh, yeah.
And I think we can. I think with Shakespeare we can. So I did that. I went to their current website. I downloaded all of their photos from their website, and then I literally just copied all of the text from their website. The most
Copy
important thing when
paste.
you're vibe coding, the most important thing when you're building a site with Shakespeare, when you're building an app with Shakespeare, the most important thing is to have content because the AI can't build because it can't see inside your brain. You need to give the AI everything that's inside your brain. And if you can't, give it existing content. So I uploaded all the photos into Shakespeare. I copied and pasted all the text from their existing website. And then my prompt was simply, you know, build a modern, beautiful marketing website that has a goal of, having people get information about the restaurant or has a goal of people signing up and getting more information about weddings. And then I copied and pasted all the text. Like it wasn't anything special. I didn't use any technical words. I essentially said, make me a pretty website. And I copied and pasted everything. And
What
it
you're
did.
saying is it's you didn't work hard at this. You already had the
No,
content, you already had the photos, you had the written word, you just had to basically plug things into it and
so
it
it,
just did it.
so yeah, my thought process is if you're a small to medium business owner, probably you either paid somebody to design, $1,000 to build a website for you, or you did it yourself and you host on like Wix or some, like I said, some site builder and it's functional, but could it be better? Sure. But that's not your main thing. You're running a business. So you don't have time to build an amazing website. You don't want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
So now you could
Shouldn't have to.
upgrade your business website through Shakespeare simply by taking whatever you have now, as pretty or as unpretty as it is, taking that content and just tossing it inside Shakespeare and essentially saying, build me a website with this information.
What
And
did
maybe
it
you type a goal or
cost?
two. And
What
the first website cost me $11. The
boom.
second one was $25. The second one had a lot more photos and I reorganized, I think, one section. So it was like
Well,
another prompt.
let's be clear here. That's just one and done. That's what you spent. That's not a recurring monthly subscription. You
Well,
can
yeah,
go
that's
in, you can spend more to update the sites, but that's what you spent to build the site. The end. This is
yes.
not like
So
if you have Squarespace or Wix and you get into a subscription process that you can never get out of without losing your website, or getting
sure.
on Lovable or Replit with a subscription process of $25 a month and you can never I mean, you could, but it would take work, like that's basically how they get you locked in is, oh, if you want to keep your website working, you're tied to all of this. You're tied to the subscription service and everything.
So the goal with this was to kind of start working on proof of concepts to then, have a half a dozen of these done to then go to local businesses, go to small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and show them what they can do, sell them on them doing this themselves with Shakespeare. They can do something similar, or sure, as a value-added service, as like a consulting fee, like if they wanted, I could say, well, this website, cost me, $25 to build. I'll help you set it up, and I could do that. But the ultimate goal is to not do that. The ultimate goal is to show people as examples what maybe their competitor has, or use this as a template to build their own site, use that to get a leg up on their competition, things like that. And if they have these real world examples and I can show them what I built and how easy it was for me to build, then maybe they'll want to do that themselves. So that's the ultimate goal. Because here in 6 weeks, something like that, I'm going to be doing a small business workshop at a local chamber of commerce, and there'll be, I don't know, 50 some people, business owners in there that are looking to do things like this. And
A good
I'm going
idea.
to show them, hey, this is how easy it was. And my goal was for all of them to go home and, build a new website for their business. So
I mean,
just
I'm
working on
thinking
precursors for that.
there's a business I know now that has probably built their website more than 10 years ago. Has never updated it because they probably spent a bunch of money to
Yeah.
kick it off and get it started. They can't update it themselves. It's
Hmm.
somebody who's a small business owner, and the websites look the same for way too long. Styles have changed, obviously, trends have changed, and the internet has changed. And that was the height of social media too, and they don't do that anymore. Obviously, even they don't even do Facebook that much anymore. Which a lot of small businesses still like Facebook.
A lot of small businesses use Facebook as their business page.
Yeah,
That's where they put their
and
sales. That's where they put their latest menus. They put their
because it's
business hours
free.
on there.
I
And
don't know
yeah,
if
it's
they want to
free.
be there, but yeah, it's free.
But
You know.
I'll say it's easy, right? Like it's easy to
Mhm.
update it. So that's why
Yeah.
they do it, because they don't know how to update their web page. But what if they could go to a tool and type in the change they want? Hey, I have a new sale. It's this item for $25 off this month. Boom, you hit enter and it builds it, and then you click 2 or 3 clicks and it deploys and pushes it out to the
Yeah,
world.
that'd be so
Like
great. And you just
that's what we're building. That's the next version. That's what we're building. We want it to be so easy
we're gonna get you off
that
of
you can
Facebook.
deploy, that anybody can deploy. The last 10%, I think, is where we get people and it's where we win. And that's what I really want to focus on in 2026.
Getting those people who can really benefit from this. Get them off
Yeah.
of that tech stack. Like when I was doing the small business thing, when I first started out, you had to have a calendar for scheduling. So there was, I had Acuity scheduling, then I had Squarespace, and I probably had a couple other things too. I don't remember because this was like 2012 when I started doing things. And back then things were cheaper, so I started this business on a shoestring and maybe paid $30 a month. But again, that's like 13 years ago. So now, what does it cost to have Squarespace or Wix for your website, plus Acuity or whatever the scheduling is, or a calendar system? What do you end up paying on it? And it's always a monthly basis. Like you can pay annual and save, but like what does it end up costing you? And then you're stuck in this system. And like one of the reasons I left Squarespace was it was just so horrible as a user experience. And then in the end, they told me I had to redo like 2,000 pages of my website because I was grandfathered in from the original system and they couldn't just fix it for me. And I was like, so I've paid you money for all these years and you can't just fix it for me. So I left and I went to Ghost, which is open source, and it was super easy and a dev did it
Yeah.
for me. And I didn't lose all of my content. Like you can move out of closed source world and move to open source world. I did that 2 years ago. So and
Yeah.
there's no
That's
going
what I want
back.
to that's what I want to help facilitate.
Hmm.
If I go back to my roots, if I
Hmm.
rewind myself 20 years ago, I used to design web pages, websites, and sell them to small, medium businesses. That was how I put food on my table and paid my rent. And back then it used to, we're talking like mid 2000s, and I would shake my head at people that had websites that were designed with front page 97 in like 1998, 1999.
Oh, we're going way back now.
Yeah, these websites were horrible, and they were old and bad. I'm betting these businesses, they've gone through 2 or 3 upgrades, in the past 20 years, and they're sitting on a site right now that's several years old and out of date and needs to be better.
It's probably more than a decade old,
Yeah.
There's probably websites that are 15, 16 years old, and small businesses are using
absolutely. There's some niche markets. There's some niche markets that we can go after with SMB, and I want to tackle
Derek's
that.
on it.
But it's all part of the building that this new building campaign that we're going to work on.
You're a small business's best friend. Call Derek. Call our DevRel. He'll hook it up for you. He'll get you a new barbecue website.
That's just one aspect of this.
Actually, you made that barbecue place. It looks really good. I want to go there for Nostr Valley next year.
Nostr Valley 3.0. Maybe they have they have a lot of seats. Maybe we can rent it out and we can all go there for dinner. I don't know.
I don't know,
we'll
but
have to see.
Everywhere in State College was like all about mac and cheese. You guys love you some mac and cheese, so that was on every menu. I could have had it at every meal. It was amazing.
Well, Pennsylvania Dutch noodles, macaroni. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna save all my carbs for State College. Save them all up for next year.
There you go. I think that's how that works, right? Like if you don't eat them now, you can use them later.
I hope so.
We'll figure it out.
The carb bank, once a year you get the carbs.
Bank.
The carb bank.
That can be your New Year's resolution. You can say, I'm saving carbs for Nostr Valley.
I haven't had any for a while.
So speaking of events, last week, yesterday, very recently, the Soapbox team was in Taipei for Bitcoin Taipei, and did
cleaned up. Can we just say
cleaned up? Yeah, exactly. Cleaned up. Let's see. There was Alex did a presentation, Chad did a workshop, then there was a hackathon, and every single Soapbox member, there was like 5 people there, 6 people, like if you count AOS member Liz, like. Everybody won something. Everybody won something in the hackathon. Like Shantaram won, Sam won, MK won, and Liz won. I don't know if Alex participated. Did he participate?
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so if Alex participated, then he would have won. So that would have been a total of 5 hackathons. Otherwise, there was 4 hackathon winning members. Chad got second place from the whole entire event, and the coolest thing is everybody that won money in the hackathon, like everybody that won sats, literally built stuff with Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's the best part. And like our devs
use Shakespeare,
are amazing.
Win sats. Yeah. Use Shakespeare, win sats. Like that. That should be the new marketing term for.
We're hitting every BTC event around the world for 2026.
So for 2026.
Some challenges. So
in 2026, we will be having a Shakespeare hackathon at every BTC event, and that's in Brazil, in Berlin, in out in Nevada, in Toronto, in Kenya, and in Nairobi, Vienna, Austria. Like we're all over the world next year, and Shakespeare will have a hackathon at every event. I'm going to be at like 4 out of the 6 of those, I think.
Are you? Awesome. Let's do Hoover Dam. I'll meet you at Hoover Dam. That's close to home for me. I'll go on over there and see what you guys do. I want to go there.
Like it says Hoover Dam. Does it mean like we're actually going to be at Hoover Dam? Am I going to be like vibing from like
the area around it, I think.
I can't like stand on the dam. You can't do that anymore, can you?
I think there's like a stand on the dam. Well, you walk around it. There's a walkway. It's a really large thing. You can walk around and look at all the pictures and take.
Can I go in the dam still, or is that like no more since 9/11?
I don't know that you can go in the dam. I think there's like a tour maybe, and I think you can go out on the lake. But that's not part of the dam. I
like
think
Mead, right?
Yeah, somebody can maybe get you near the dam. You could get a little scenic road, but yeah.
Well, we'll see. I'll try not to get arrested. I would like to be as close to the dam as I can. That's.
Hey, you and I haven't gotten arrested in several cities. We've done all right.
That's cool. I'm excited. I've always wanted to see the Hoover Dam, but all these other places that we're going to be at doing these vibe coding Shakespeare hackathons, absolutely check them out. If you're there when we're doing our world tour, come say hi, come use Shakespeare, win sats.
Yeah, use our technology to win you a bunch of money. Like, please do. Like, innovate, build the next best thing. Please use Shakespeare, use what we got, and go win money. Like, show off your skills, show off your dev skills, and then maybe you'll get some more attention and some more funding. Who knows? Nothing wrong with winning some prizes or some bounties. Put it on your resume.
So
put it in your portfolio.
I just realized, Heather, that one thing we didn't mention when we started the show, we didn't say Merry Christmas. Doesn't this episode come out on Christmas Day?
This is the Christmas episode. I know, right? It's Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I should have started out the show like that. Can we redo the intro?
Yeah, I can edit it. I can put it at the start.
Oh man,
we were in work mode that hard that we forgot that we recorded this for Christmas.
Oh, that's maybe we'll do that. Since it is the Christmas episode, shall we talk about? Let's see. We've done some recaps though, but we didn't talk about like our top
moments of the year.
Our top moments, or what would we call that? Our Nostr Wrap or whatever. What do they call it? Like your Spotify Wrapped or something?
But we don't like Spotify. We're trying to make an alternate route to Spotify. But this would be my
so
Wrapped.
It's the Nostr Wrap.
I sat down and I actually thought about all of the good Nostr things that I loved during the year, and I had a long list, Derek. It's a lot of things. I mean, do we even have time to cover them all? We would probably have the same ones.
I will say that I'm disappointed that you didn't use Shakespeare to automate this.
I tried.
There's still time. We have like another week and a half left. We could vibe code through Shakespeare a Nostr Wrapped app. So I am disappointed that you didn't do that. You manually did it, but that's proof of work. So I appreciate the proof of work.
But you know what I did do? I made an app to roast you for your birthday.
You did. You did. We didn't mention this earlier when I mentioned my 3-year anniversary. Well, right around my 3-year Nostr anniversary was also my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
His belly button birthday.
And you know what Heather did?
Anything to get your goat is usually what I do. It was funny because it was happening while we were recording the podcast last week, and I was just like, all these alerts were coming over my phone from your friends because I was sending your friends my roasting app. I had Shakespeare made me an app where I could roast Derek, and it would aggregate every hashtag roast Derek, and then the first person who outside of the friend group who decided to roast you and didn't know the rules was Ava, and Ava did a funny thing, and I was like, oh shoot, I have to change the app really quick and make it so that it aggregates anything that says happy birthday and Derek Ross. So then so I kept building the app while people were starting to use it.
Okay. So
it was
I was wondering what the criteria was for posts on your roast app. So it was the hashtag, but then also if somebody said happy birthday and then mentioned me?
Yeah, because when I first built the app, I don't know if you noticed, but like the moment that I built it, it was the morning, the day before your birthday. Like I did a test post and it tagged you, and I was like, oh crap, he's gonna see it. He's gonna see the roast, because I was gonna text all your friends so that they could populate the roast first, and they'd be you would wake up. My intention worked, because you would wake up and you would see all of the roasts when you woke up and check Nostr and be like, what's going on? And then you would see like that I'd built like a whole site where people just were posting your roasts. And so it was a lot of fun, and Nostr got a kick out of it. And I think we've decided we're just to celebrate birthdays on Nostr, we're just gonna roast people, and we're just gonna build a roasting app for everybody. But you're very easy to roast, and the best part, like we were doing the podcast, and like Seth was texting me, because I was texting Seth and Daniel, and I was texting people like, hey, you're friends with Derek, will you roast him? This is his birthday's tomorrow, because I was pretty confident after the podcast that you were going to bed, and like you were gonna get offline and like do home stuff and go to bed. So I was like, okay, now's my chance, and it worked in my favor. And so then it was Seth, who lives near you, was like, oh, we've got a group chat, let me let them know. And then we got some of your real life friends to get on Nostr just to roast you. You're the kind of friend everybody really can't wait to roast.
That was really cool, because I've been telling these guys for the past few years, to use Nostr.
Yeah.
My one friend downloaded Damas like 3 years ago on his phone, and he's never set it up. And he would always be like,
until now.
I'm gonna have to ask you about this. I'm gonna set this up someday. And three of my IRL friends, they used your app, your Nostr app, to roast me. And that's just fucking awesome, because I haven't been able to get them to use it yet.
You can't do this stuff with Twitter. You can't I'd like to build apps for Nostr where we can do shenanigans. I made a naughty and nice list too, or if you put my npub in and you put Derek's npub in, it says that I'm nice and Derek's naughty. Probably because I built the app in my Shakespeare, and so the robots decided I'm nice. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's like it's rigged. So like it's just little things like that where we can all kind of like build community and have shenanigans on Nostr. Roast Derek, do the naughty nice list. There's probably some other ones that people. The one that Seth built, the Nostr Advent calendar. That one's fun too.
Yeah, the Advent calendar is really.
Yeah, but like those little things are so much fun, where you just get to have like just a little bit of fun, poking fun at each other a little bit, and and jest, because we love Derek, and he's very roastable, and you can't help how roastable he's roastable. He's memeable. It's the 1 year anniversary of Derek getting mad at me in Austin.
I do what I got to do, Heather, to build Nostr in my own unique way.
You do. You remember a year ago you got mad at me in Austin, and you said, Heather, you got to stop calling me the Nostr CEO, because that lady just came up to me and
one lady thought that I was the CEO. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy to meet you, and shook my hand and was like starstruck. And I was like, oh my God.
You were so mad at me. It was funny. Oh my God. That was great though. We had a room full of people.
That poor
woman. Bitcoin Park, Austin, and we did this big event, Sats by Southwest, and I had somehow accidentally, because we joke that Derek's the Nostr CEO, because Nostr can't have a CEO, so we joke about it, but she really did think.
She didn't get the joke, and that's okay.
That's okay.
I set her straight. I was like, oh no, this crazy lady keeps saying that for some reason.
I basically just send people to Derek. It's like it's another way I get your goat, man. It's just another thing I do.
Well, you know what'll really get my goat? We have about 20 minutes left before we hit the hour mark, and we have 16 of your top moments. I think we could spend 2 minutes and do our Nostr rap.
Oh, he's got it timed out. Okay, I'm going to blast through them, because you know what? Mine and yours are probably the same thing. There's probably not too much difference.
There's a lot of overlap. So I don't have number 6, but the majority are 13, but the rest of these are probably pretty close though.
So number 13.
So we'll do your Nostr wrapped, or maybe this will be your manual wrapped, and I'll use Shakespeare to create mine.
There we go. That's using your vibe coding skills. Well, my number one moment.
All right, go ahead.
This is in no particular order. I just brainstormed this list. So Nostr Valley is State College, PA. That was Derek's event that he put on in his own backyard. So Nostr Valley was one of my top favorites because that was a lot of fun. You worked really hard. You were a great host. We got to see your city, State College. We got to really experience it. We went out to a really cool, I don't know, it was like being at a Hallmark movie on Friday night. Saturday night we did the event with the panel and all the panels.
My favorite moment, Heather, was seeing Ainsley play live.
That's right.
Unscheduled, impromptu, picking up a guitar and doing like 6 songs for us or something like that.
Yes, they drove in we threw her on stage. We just did the thing. I got to meet Pickle Dan. Dan, who's come to my yoga classes on Hive Talk, and see some people in real life that I hadn't seen in real life. So that was my number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list, for me, this probably happened to you already, but I finally got to see Joe Martin play in real life because he's from the UK. I'm from the US, and I finally got to see Joe play a show and be in the same room with him. Songwriter rounds at Bitcoin Park.
I'll agree with this one. It's a top moment for me. I actually never met Joe. I had only ever heard his music, so I never met him. That was my first time meeting him, so I was happy to do that as well.
Joe Martin, get the music on Wave Lake. Okay, so another one on my list was when we were in Vegas, and we were at the We All Scream nightclub. We had some great artists. We have Sarah Jade. We had Jesse Lark, both of them from San Diego. We had Bobby Shell, Martin Grooms. We had, of course, Ainsley. We had a lot of stuff going on. That was
another one that I'll agree with.
Yeah.
Las Vegas was amazing. We're going to actually do Las Vegas 2.0 this year. It's coming.
Do it again this coming year, 2026. I'm going to go to that. I'm going to go to Hoover Dam for BTC++ and see who wins prize money, win some sats, man, for working with Shakespeare. Okay, number 4 on the list. Divine. I feel like you have to say it like it's like the clouds
like
open
a halo
up
every time.
Yeah, divine. I don't know. Divine. The world is bringing back the nostalgia factor, the anti-AI factor. It all comes together with Divine from Rabble and the team over there at NOS, part of AOS.
That was still exciting, but there was like a 2-3 week period when things were just like on fire, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, they're working on it as we speak, and it's coming soon. So it was cool on so many levels. Number 5, actually, I'm gonna go back to Vegas. This was something that you were involved. Well, Derek's involved with everything. The Nostr Lounge in Las Vegas. We actually we had our space. We had the Nostr Lounge at the Bitcoin conference.
A full-blown Nostr Lounge. This is one of my top ones as well.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun for a whole week. Well, yeah, the whole week we were out there, and so like we could meet people in the Nostr Lounge. It was next to the open source stage. That was a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of people there for the first time. One of my favorite moments there was another Ainsley moment. Ainsley and I were walking around, just Ainsley being Ainsley, just talking to people as she does, and we started talking. She goes up to Marty Malmy, and she starts introduces herself to Marty Malmy. Goes, "Hi, I'm Ainsley," and she's talking Marty's ear off, and I'm dying because she has no idea who she's talking to. And so we talk to everybody. We walk away, and I go, "Ainsley, do you know who that man was?" I said that was Marty Malmy. I said Marty was, one of the first person to work with Satoshi, and she was like,
first developer to work with Satoshi, Marty Malmy.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of good memories in Vegas this year. It was a lot of work too. Bringing me to number 6, things got busy for me after Vegas, and I had to stop teaching Yogaster on Hive Talk. And give him
I don't actually have this one in common with you for my talk.
We got to get you teaching yoga then, apparently. But I had done Yogaster. I started on September 30th, 2024. So I taught for about like 7 months or whatever, and schedule changed. And you know what? I was able to hand off my yoga class to Anna, another yoga teacher. And this is one of my favorite moments because I think to me, it proved that we built community that wasn't dependent on me. Like I started the class, but then, it didn't need me to keep going. Like people are still going to Anna's classes on Mondays. So that was a top moment for me. It was like, yes,
without you.
We can do this on Nostr, and people do a lot of things on Hive Talk besides yoga classes. They teach language classes and stuff. So that made me happy that we built something there that is still going. Number 7 on my list. Again, this is in no particular order, but I get to work at Soapbox with Derek, with my friend, and we get to work with the smartest
Obviously,
people
a top
Nostr.
one for me too.
Yeah, we get to rebuild the internet. We get to work with
the top, if not number one.
It is the top. It is the life changer, game changer, world changer. We get to rebuild the internet. I mean, how freaking cool is that? So that is definitely coming to work for Soapbox was definitely I don't know, top on the list. And that brings me to that's a lot, man. Now moving on to number 14. Shout out to just people on Nostr in general, because meeting people on Nostr has been amazing. It's been a game changer just to get to know random people on the internet who like Noshole. I'll shout out Noshole because she makes me laugh. We got a bunch of smartasses and shenanigators on Nostr.
Noshole's great. She's a character. Like, if there's a definition of somebody that's a personality that it's hard to describe, I would say she's right up there. I love her content. She's a lot of fun.
She's coming to my yoga classes. Yeah, I think if there's anybody on Nostr who would just kill on Divine, it would be Noshole. Like, Noshole's perfect for it. So she's awesome. So, okay, number 15 on the list. We're going to talk about Divine again for another second. Was my cat in the New York Post. Because my cat is on Divine, and there was a screenshot of my cat that made it to the New York Post. So if you saw the New York Post article about Divine, that's my cat. My cute little Bengal cat that never shuts up, never stops screaming. She's just not as cute as she looks. So as we go more down the list,
Suzanne Santo
joining Nostr. So a year ago, when Derek and I were in Austin, she played Antone's and did our event there, the Boostergram Ball. And we did get her to join Nostr, but she didn't really like get on Nostr and like start hanging out until recently. So that is technically my moment where I was like, oh, it was a couple months ago. I think it was like October or something. Maybe it was September, but she finally started getting on Nostr. Yeah, and she started like sharing her music, and she's putting out new music, and she's got some vlogs. Yeah, I think she's still posting. I tagged her in something, and she liked it, so she's still getting on Nostr. She's still hanging out. So yeah, she's a great musician. She's based in Austin. She's obviously very Americana style. She sings, she plays. You got to check out Suzanne Santo, and you can on Fountain.
I remember seeing her last year, and she was very talented.
I've become a fan. Nostr is the kind of place where if you're a musician, you get to hang with your fans, and if you're a fan, you probably get to talk to your favorite musicians there. So that's the cool thing. Speaking of music, number 17 on my list, Matthias McIntyre. He did this daily content posting run. He's a classical musician. He would post pictures of him playing violin every day, and sometimes they'd be in the house, in his studio, or he'd be like out by a lake, and it was just like so aesthetically pleasing. He had this like nice violin, peaceful video of him standing like nature videos almost. So he had this thing where he was going to post every day for like a month, and he was very successful because as a musician, I think it's still hard to like get on Nostr, meet people, find other people that are into your music or just into music at all, and find other musicians and grow an audience. But he, through his daily posting, he got up to like 450 people following him in a month, which that's huge on any social network anymore because they don't push follows. So like that was really enjoyable for many reasons. Number 18, starting this podcast, Soapbox Sessions.
Obviously, Soapbox Sessions. Yeah.
That was a highlight of the year. And Derek was like, let's start a podcast. And I was like, are we going to be those people? Are we? And here we are.
I was in the car and my wife was driving so I could do some nostering. We were coming back
to Mrs. Ross.
We were coming back from visiting her parents, I remember, down in Delaware. And she was driving for a couple hours, and I was going to drive. So while she was driving, I was nostering, and I was just thinking of all the things. And I said, you know what? We should start a podcast. And I just started brainstorming all these ideas.
Yeah,
I'm glad we did. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been very, very educational for many, many reasons. So starting this podcast was one of them. Another one was the return of my other podcast, Radio Detox. It had a rough year. I was too busy to do my own podcast, and so there was one episode in March, and now I just brought it back. And there were some changes. RSS Blue got swallowed up by the Fountain app. And so I kind of had to find a new place to go. So for now, that's Pod Home. And so some changes were made, and we're back. And so that was another thing on my list. God, I'm a person with 2 podcasts now. Hey,
you're one of those people.
I'm one of those people. Wow, I'm gonna have to do some self-reflection about that. So number 20 on the list.
No, it's fine.
Number 20, the Nostr recap by Domishka, and the Nostr recap is 1 year old. He's done 52 editions of them.
Yeah, he just posted it. I think last week. Amazing. He posted a photo of him sitting there, like celebrating his 1 year.
Got a cake and everything. Yeah, that's so cool. That's dedication. Yeah. People have come and gone trying to make like a weekly Nostr news, and he's lasted for the last year, and he puts together a really good list, posts it on Hone, which is a great place to post long form Nostr content. So shout out to Nomi. We love the Nostr recap, and we always repost it from our accounts as well. Even he posted on Twitter too, so we repost it.
I didn't know he posted it on Legacy social media. That's awesome.
There are quite a few of us who still jump on the Deadbird app, and we like to talk about Nostr there and try to bring people into our little Nostr world. And he's one of those people.
That's good. So I abandoned that lifestyle 3 years ago. I mean, literally 3 years ago, after a couple days, after like less than a week on Nostr, I was like, well, why am I spending my time here? Yeah, I haven't looked back. So I appreciate those that are still working there, because I am not.
Yeah, one of my friends contacted me from the forum on my website today because they didn't see me on Facebook anymore, and they're like, "Hey, did you die?" No, I just wait till I purple pill this one.
Are you dead?
Like, are you dead? You don't get on Facebook anymore, and I get on there once in a while. I post a proof of life like every couple of weeks or so, but yeah, if I can't spread the Nostr gospel there, I won't, because you know what? Facebook, it like banned me once, or put me in Facebook jail, or whatever you call it, because I shared a link to Fountain. And Facebook doesn't like Fountain particularly, which I thought was weird. And I was like, yeah. So I was like, I'm not coming here anymore. I'm not doing it. Yeah. So magic number 21 on my list is I drop that bomb and move on, right? Pleb Chain Radio live from Vegas. We did that, me and QW. You were there. You were part of that.
I was live.
I was dragging everybody into it.
I walked into the venue literally in the front door. Julie sees me. She comes running. She grabs my arm and she pulls me. The front desk is like, does he have a ticket? She's like, yeah, he's good. He's good. She comes. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, we need you on stage right now. I'm like, oh, okay. She drags me in and she's like, here you go, get up on stage. I'm like carrying like luggage, backpack. She's like, here, I'll take all this. I walk in, QW is sitting up on stage, and he's like, hey. Then, I don't know if you saw this, but one of my so that was pretty funny too. But as we're having a talk, right, where, QW's asking me questions, whatnot, he reaches over and puts his hand on my thigh and just starts like squeezing my thigh. And
he's married.
He whispers in my ear, I did that for the live stream.
He would. Oh my God.
Oh my God. It was hilarious.
You were as close as two men could be.
He tried to kiss me at Nostrville 1.0. So I'm going to have to, that was another funny thing. Yeah. I gave him a hug, and he's like, hey man, Dorsey got it wrong. Plebs don't hug, they kiss. And then he leaned down to like pretend to kiss me. Because when I say lean down, because he's a fucking foot taller than me.
He's about 7 feet tall. Did he try to kiss you? I'm texting. Did you try to kiss Derek?
Yeah, tell him in Nashville. He did. He did.
Oh my God.
I looked at him like, what? He's like, yeah. What are you like?
He must think you're cute. He's touching your leg. Funny. He's kissing you. I don't know.
Yeah, listen. This was after a few beers. So, what happens after a few beers in Nashville is acceptable.
I know you both. I know how both of you are after a few beers. At least you do it to each other. Oh my God. I don't know. Man. There's a little bromance going on there. We had a lot of fun though with the live Pleb Chain radio.
Yes, the live Pleb Chain radio was fun.
I haven't edited the file from it. I have the video file. Yeah, that I gotta edit because it's like a 6-hour long. I don't know how it got that long, but it is. And I was dragging everybody into Pleb Chain radio. I was dragging Christian from Brains. A shout out to Christian. I dragged him in. Tyler from the Space Den. I was dragging everybody into that podcast. We were having a good time. We were out on the Bally High Golf Course in Vegas doing a live Pleb Chain radio. And finally, to sum up the year, drum roll please, thing number 22 on my list is just getting to do things with you, Derek and Ainsley and the whole gang and everybody at Soapbox. We kind of have a big old purple and orange, gang here that is part of the extended Soapbox Sessions, Soapbox Shakespeare, whatever, the Nostr family. I don't know. We're kind of like a gang.
Family.
The
Nostr flock is very powerful.
The greater IRL, but we did some good events this year. We got to see each other and hang out in Meet Space and just the shenanigans we've had all year. I can't wait to do even more next year.
If I had to add one more to that, I would say I have everything on there that you added is a top moment besides the few personal things that you mentioned. If I had to add one thing to it, I would say working with Dad and getting Dad's approval.
Dad fiat job. You got the approval from Dad.
Yeah.
You're Dad's favorite.
I'm Dad's favorite child.
Does he have favorites?
That is it. That's my top moment, becoming Dad's favorite child.
So
how did I become Dad's favorite child? Dad and I worked Well, Dad and I worked on an app together.
You did?
I vibe coded an app. Yakback.
He helped you with Yakback? Coded.
Yeah. So I vibe coded Yakback. Like that was like my second app that I ever made 6 months ago. Maybe 8 months ago. But yeah, 6 months ago or so, I made Yakback, and he messages me and he's like, "Hey, this is really cool. Would you mind if I helped you work on it?" And I said, "Sure, go ahead. What do you want to do?" And he's like, "Well, the AI did some things that were shit and it didn't do outbox model. And I want to implement outbox model and fix the things that the AI did that was shit." And I was like, "Sure, man, like do whatever you want to do." And he fixed it. And he's like, "Well, would you run my version that I made?" And I was like, what did you do?" And he's like, "Well, I took all of your code, your design, and I just fixed outbox model and added a couple bells and whistles." And I was like, "Absolutely, man. Let's go. Let's use your version."
He made you an offer you couldn't refuse. Were you going to say no to Dad? Were you going to argue with Dad?
I wasn't going to tell Dad no. I was becoming Dad's favorite child at that point, and I couldn't let him down. I had Dad's approval.
You couldn't risk getting kicked out of the flock.
That was actually really cool, though, because that meant that vibe coding was going to be successful in my mind, because me as a non-full stack developer, just a tinkerer, I was able to build a full-blown application that was a great concept, a great idea, and then I was able to have the founder and creator of Nostr recognize it as a cool idea and then come back and say, "Hey, let me enhance it, let me make it better," and run with it. So that made me realize that a lot has changed in AI since then, but that made me think, app development is really just advanced, vibe coding, AI first development is really just advanced prototyping, where I can build an MVP or a prototype and then a talented developer can bring it to production. Now I'll say Opus 4.5 does that. Sorry, Fiat Jeff, don't need you anymore. But
bye, Dad. Get out of here.
Bye, Dad.
I
am no longer Dad's favorite child after saying that.
Well, now I want to add an item to the list. I think vibe coding should have its own space on the list. I mean, that became the biggest thing this year for us. That was the thing we did this year.
The year of the vibe.
It tied everything together. It tied together Bitcoin, Nostr, Soapbox,
I think that 2025 is the year of the vibe.
It was the year of the vibe. And, that's how I got involved with Runsters, because I just kind of like started showing up to the Nos Fabrica challenge and then, met a bunch of people that way. And
vibe coding became it was February 2025, almost a year ago, 9 months ago. It became actually viable. Coding.
And if you haven't vibe coded yet, come hit us up. We'll help you out. We want to get you vibe coding. It'll change your life. You might make a yak back. You might make a runster. You might make, the next greatest thing, and, go make a bunch of money off of us. That's what we want.
And most importantly, make sure you get Dad's approval.
Dad's favorite child is Derek Cross. Dad doesn't even know I exist. He loves Derek. He puts Derek on his knee, bounces. I
talked to Dad today. I talked to him.
You did.
I talked to Dad.
I know. I asked you
some
to.
days more often than not, but usually once a week I talk to Dad about something.
You guys are homies. That's awesome.
We are.
That's
homies.
I'll
message him and tell him to listen to this episode and say that I won't tell him where, so he has to listen to the whole thing. But I'll tell him to. I'll tell him to listen to this, that we talked about him.
He's smart enough.
And then I'll be pissed to be like, "You could have just sent me the last 5 minutes." Like,
hey, Dad, if you're watching, good morning, Fiatjov.
Good morning, Fiatjov.
Good morning.
I'm not wearing the shirt. I should have worn the shirt. It's wrong. I wore the wrong shirt for this episode.
We have so many matching shirts, and yet we still have not matched on the podcast.
I think I would change my shirt if we sat down to record and I saw we were matching.
I know you would. I've been waiting for that day to come.
Oh man, I'll be right back. And I'd run upstairs and put a different shirt on.
Oh my God. Derek's one that he does not want us to ever be twinsies, because we both have the same library of shirts.
We do have a lot of the same shirts.
We haven't done it. Yeah, but not all of them.
I'll tell you what.
Many.
A year or 6 months from now, when we're celebrating our Soapbox 1 anniversary, we can both wear a Soapbox shirt. I'll allow that to happen.
We can wear the uniform shirt. Wear the company shirt.
We'll wear our uniform. All right.
We do have a.
So we had some boosts that we should mention from our last episode. Yeah, I saw some.
I need to go in and zap the boosts. I need to go see.
We did have some boosts. So friend of the show, friend of Heather, and friend of Derek, Eric FJ from Conduit, he said, roll your face on the keyboard and make an app. And then a couple laughing emojis. He zapped us 1,111 sats. So
shout out to Eric.
Sats,
he's the most recent guest on Pleb Chain Radio, by the way.
Yeah. I saw that, talking about Conduit. I'm excited for Conduit and Gamma Markets in 2026.
Very
and
cool.
Then Guy that sits on various things. He zapped us 500 sats. Thank you, Guy, for the sats.
Hey,
what's up, Guy?
What's up, Guy?
And then that's it for the boosts that we can read out. We did. What's interesting is I can tell when someone's listening to our podcast and they're streaming sats to us, because the same amount of sats, the same number over and over and over and over again, like hits my wallet, and it's blowing up my notifications. And I'm like, oh, someone's listening to the podcast. Like, So thank you for those that stream sats to us. We can't read your name off because, there is no announcement, but we love your sats. So thank you for streaming sats to us, and thank you for the boost.
We find out that you're listening one way or another. We see some metrics. We see it on YouTube sometimes. We know you're there, but we always appreciate any feedback, even if you shout us out on Nostr. We see that too, which is always good, because that's.
Thank you for listening. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll catch you in the new year.
Yeah, gang sign up. Nostr gang sign. It's the Nostrich. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.